Hello everyone. Welcome to our next live, and we're gonna introduce today Perri, and I can't wait for her to go online, and I'm just gonna wait now till she's here. She's a world European champion and a GB Olympian, so we're very excited to that she's joining today. I'm just looking where she is, and she's retired now, but she has a little son, so that probably keeps her very busy. Oh, I'm just waiting. Sila is live from LA as well, and we're just waiting for Perri Edwards to join us. Yeah, I just said she's a world European champion and GB Olympian, so very excited to talk to her, and I'm just waiting for her to come live now. Where is she? I'm just gonna invite her here. Okay. I think she is going to be here in a minute. So now I can see she's joined. Hello, Perri. So now I just wanted to see your request, and then yes, okay, there she is. I'm gonna let her in. Hi, did that work? Hi! It did! Hi!
How are you?
Nice to see you! Hi, Perri.
Hi.
You're not in London now, you're somewhere else.
Yes, I'm in Nigeria.
Oh, nice. You get some sun. Please bring
Yes.
some back.
I'll try.
Oh, well, I think I just quickly introduced you. I think I did a few run of those, but you're Perri and now you're Edwards, because I guess because I was like trying to do your prior last name, and I was like, and then you're like, no, Edwards is fine. I'm like, I was like, good. So world champion, European champion, GB Olympian. I mean, and now I think the biggest achievement, and probably a mom of a 6 months old boy, right?
Yes, he turned 7 months in 2 days, actually.
Oh, wow. And how is that probably changed you? I think we kind of met just prior the lockdown at the ladies' lunch, where it's Women's Day, and I just remember you were like with a bum, and I'm like, oh yeah, congratulations, and and then just I think a couple of weeks later everything went into mayhem. So so we're still allowed. So how was pregnancy during lockdown? Must be.
Well, I've got nothing to compare it to, because obviously it's my first child, but when I've spoken to friends and stuff, it's just like, yeah, I missed out on a few stuff, because I was very strict in terms of like my partner coming along to like appointments with me, so that was a bit rubbish. Antenatal classes as well. I was looking forward to that.
Didn't miss much.
But it was all done online.
I remember that one, and I was like, no. And then by the time the baby arrives, we forgot it all anyway. So I was like, didn't miss much on the prenatal class.
Right, I must say it helped a bit, but you do learn as you go along.
Yeah,
and every baby's different.
Yeah, and you're still traveling with him, so that's So you've been in Dubai, right? And then Nigeria now.
Yeah.
And how is that?
He's really good. He's been so good. And I'm not just saying that. He isn't a crying baby. As long as he's just occupied and happy and fed, then he's fine. He's fine.
So what are you doing in Nigeria?
So my husband's here for work. Okay. And I was like, okay, we might as well come along.
Yeah.
Because we finished filming. We were filming a show for MTV. We've been doing that from the third trimester up until the early months of having Matthew. So yeah, they've been following my journey. So we finished filming for that.
I saw that. So how long is this gonna continue till he's 18 and leaving home?
I mean, that'll be very interesting.
So how long is the TV show? And is it in the last series or is it gonna continue?
So first of all, it started off as just being available digitally online, and then with that success, it now we had another series, and we were joined by 5 other couples.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
But have you ever actually met them?
No.
Yeah, no. Weird, no?
No, never met them, but I know, like, I knew one of the couples from another show that I had done.
Yeah.
So yeah, knew one of the parents, should I say? But yeah, other than that, nope, never met them. So it's exciting to see how other people's journey had been. You know, the fact that we had babies during lockdown and stuff. But yeah, no.
But isn't that quite hard to like have I mean, I'm kind of happy nobody followed me through this process, like being a mess and crying and being hormonal and not coping. Is it hard to have the film crew
cameras?
Yeah.
No,
but you forget it.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, they're following our day-to-day life and stuff, but it's just like they know, and if we want to break, we have the freedom to say, you know what, that's enough now, turn the cameras off, you know, or we need to eat, we need to refuel, get energy. So they're very respectful in that sense.
Okay, good. And then where's the next sequence? Do you come back to London to shoot that, or?
Yeah, well, we're finished the filming unless we get another filming.
Okay,
but yeah, we're finished now. We're done.
And then retired from your sports, but I think there were a lot of questions, but I think one of those questions was like, how do you actually end up getting there, and kind of when do you make the decision, okay, I'm doing this professional? Like, I think one of my friends, she's listening to Sarah, but she's a world champion in football, right? She won the world championship with her football team. And I'm always like, oh, I played basketball for South Germany, you know, and then they come with world champion. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be quiet about that. But I think, I mean, gradually, how did you get into, and then when do you like, okay, I'm gonna do this professionally?
So I started around the age of 11.
Oh, yeah.
And I would do cross-country runs, a lot of long distance. And I mean, I didn't win my races, but it was the case of, you know, I liked the work that was required, you know. As crazy as it sounds, I really enjoyed the social aspect of, you know, turning up to the athletics track. So it wasn't until around the age of 14.
Oh, I lost you quickly. Connection. We just lost you. Hello, where are you? I can just see it circling, Perri. I don't know if you want to log out and log back in. Yeah, I lost her. Okay. Let's see. She's probably just logging in any second again. I think she just lost connection, Perri. So we're just going to wait till she's back here. If you have questions in the meantime, just put them and add them in the comments, and then I can read them and hopefully remember them all. Yeah, so just shout out on questions by the time she's back here. Can't see her yet. Let me see here. Just gonna try to add her. Oh, where is she? I think she's offline. Okay, just shoot your questions and then I try to remember them, and I don't know where she is, but we just lost her. Yeah. Where is she then? Ah, there she is. Okay. I think yes. Yay! You're back. That's okay.
I should have.
Last week we had half an hour with Kyle, and then I need to reinstall her app, and so this is all good. All good. That's good. Just a little glitch. My mom is like, "Where is she? Where did she go?"
Oh.
So you were 14. So did you start? Oh, well, 11 you started, and then at
11 years old. Yeah,
yeah.
So 11 years old. And
so did your parents always like
no,
watching, or you like, oh, I'm loving it at school and want to do it all the time? Or?
Right. So exactly.
Yeah.
My PE teacher saw there was some potential in me. She said you should join an athletics club. So I joined athletics club, and kind of the rest is history because I really, really enjoyed it. And it wasn't till the age of 16 was then I was like, no, I actually can make a career out of this. You know, especially because I was approached.
Yeah.
I was approached by Nike. So a big sponsor. So a very young age.
Yeah,
okay.
And then do you still did school, and then or how was then the schedule around it? Because I remembering I dropped school at 1, and then I was playing basketball till they picked me up for dinner. So did you actually?
Oh yeah, no.
It's like
I went to school as normal.
Yeah.
Studied as normal. I would train after school and on the weekend. That's how it was. It wasn't a case of the priority was sport. That wasn't the case. But my priority was education. Okay.
And then 16, you were like, "This is it. I'm doing this."
Yeah, I was like, okay, I can get paid to run.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna do this. So yeah,
gold medals, titles.
Yeah.
But then I think knee injury kind of made you retire, right?
Yes. So basically, I had a knee injury in 2013. I was out for 4 years. I made a comeback, was able to gain a silver medal at the World Championship. But so I came back 2017, and then after that, I was just like, had some time. I continued training. I was like, you know what? I'm actually really satisfied with what I've achieved. It's like I can safely walk away from the sport and be like, yeah, I've done what I could do. You know, I've been to Olympic Games. So yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I guess the height of a sports career is always like very early in life anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly right. I had to grow up very, very quick, very, very, very early.
Yeah.
So I missed out a lot, I would say, in terms of, even in my teenage years. But in the long run, I've done a lot. I've traveled the world, been able to be paid for something I enjoy.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the most of the question was kind of what do you actually, the mentality of a sports person, right? Like the drive, how can you, like they call it to normal people, what are the like sports mental drive that could actually help everyone? Because you get completely different drilled, right? When you athletic.
So determination, you make sacrifices. Like I missed out on a lot of like birthday parties, weddings, big celebrations, but that was a sacrifice that I had to make because I had to compete, I had to train, and it just fell on dates that were so important.
So what do you think from mentality wise, what would you take away or give advice? Like, did you just learn how to focus better or prioritize probably, I guess?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like when I was really, really young, Sabine, I felt like I was missing out being just a teenager, and I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't enjoy it. Yeah, and I had a break, and then I had the break, and I was like, no, I actually really enjoy this. I actually want to be at training. There were times that I felt like I was missing out, but my coach was very, very supportive, and he was like, you may want to rethink, not everyone's blessed to have this gift that you have. You need to keep going and stuff. And then I realized when I saw I was doing well and saw what opportunities that are coming out of it, I was like, no, I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah.
And well, I like winning. I enjoy winning. So
yeah. Well, I think, yes, you probably, missing out or not, I still kind of question that. But the other thing is, I think you kind of don't, for me, it was always, you don't go off the wrong track either, because you're so focused. And, I had a lot of my team members, they had a boyfriend and then they dropped out of the team, you know, or then they started to doing drugs or whatever, right? And I was always like, no, I don't want to get kicked off the team. So in a way, there's a lot of positive, I think, what comes from a sport. That's why I love talking to you as well, because I just feel like, and I want to give this to, I have 2 girls, right? And for me, it was more like my dad drilling it into, I grew up with 2 brothers, you know, everyone playing basketball. It was very unusual for a girl. But I think you can take so much good away growing up in that sporty mentality, where, because you don't get off the beaten track, you have a very good health and body image, right? So there's so many benefits. And I think that was a lot of questions. What do you raise differently your son, I think? And then would you see the same path in the future, or?
I think my mum was very supportive in whatever I wanted to do, and I feel like that's what I'm going to be the same for Matthew. You know, yes, he has 2 parents who are very sporty, have achieved so many great things, but I'm not going to put that pressure on him that you have to,
you might be
you have to do this. You be your own person. You don't have to follow the footsteps. If anything, Matthew has 2 great mentors that can help him if he wants to make certain decisions or has any inquiries firsthand. So I think, he's ahead in that sense. But definitely, I feel like sport, what you learn as being a sports person, it helps in the real world. You know, you're very focused. You can be focused. You can work hard. You can, you know, you're not easily distracted. If you want to do something, you can do it. You know.
And being inside a team, right? It's kind of, you learn that as well. And strategy is everything, right?
Well, I mean, athletics is a very individual sport. So you're very selfish, you know. But
you did team sport as well. Now, how many girls? Oh, sorry. I'm like...
Relay.
Relay.
But you don't train with each other. You know, we all trained at different... No, we only came together when it was a championship. So I'm very much an individual kind of person. So it was funny. That's why I used to say that it was hard. I couldn't imagine myself being a mum because I was very selfish. But now that's changed. And
out of the way now. Because I just saw the relay with my 2 daughters before bed. They're 5 and 4. And they're completely upset with Lion King and Lion Guard. And there's like a little cheetah. So they're upset. And they're like, can you ask her how we can get so fast? I was like, I don't know. Run. Yeah. So then how did it change, like, becoming a mom? Like, I guess the training, the physical change, right? Your priorities, obviously, sleep is more important than exercise, you know, as I know, but then how did you find, like, it probably physically was the first, having been pregnant, you know, and all of a sudden the body is changing and you're not that fit and you can't run that quickly anymore. How did you?
It was hard. It was hard at the beginning to see my body changing because I'm a very athletic, very slim person, naturally. So then to now see I'm gaining weight and I'm not looking toned. At first, I was like, no, I don't like the way I look. So my first trimester, I didn't work out, but then I started to see I didn't like the way I looked. And then the second trimester, motivation came, and, you know, I got myself a PT and I was working out, but it was very, very low impact. Nothing compared to what I'd do if I was training for Olympics. But I was moving. And, you know, I enjoyed, look forward to doing the movement and stuff. But then, you know, I started to embrace the beauty of pregnancy, you know, the fact that it's something, you know, it's a blessing. So then I started taking pictures, you know, like, you know, liking the way I looked. And when I look back at my photos, I'm glad I took so many photos because it is a beautiful thing. And now the fact that my son is here, it's like, oh, that was you.
Yeah. And then postnatal, how did you get back being so fit so quickly? And then plus lockdown, there's not like a gym open on every corner as well, right?
So I mean, so again, the same PT that I was using in leading through my pregnancy, I kept her, and I noticed that I actually liked the fact that she was, you know, controlling and providing the sessions with me, because you know I've been coached all my life and I need that sense of direction, you know. So I would, you know, do some workouts over Zoom. We'd lock in sometimes 3 twice a week, and there was a lot of HIIT workout, so a lot of high intensity. So after 6 weeks I was working out. Yeah, I'll go for walks. It was all very different, and it has been very different compared to how my long sessions used to be. But nowadays you could catch me doing a 10-minute session, you know, on a daily basis, and it's just like, because I've got Matthew, you know, it's like you can't work out. He needs my attention at times. Sometimes he'll be watching me whilst I'm working out.
Yeah,
he finds it quite, he's in awe, you know. But yeah, we work, we compromise, you know.
Yeah, of course. And then do you have any like at home tips what to do, like, because now we can't go to the gym. I guess we can go out for exercise. That's about it. But I find like, because normally it's a gym or you go spinning or yoga. I mean, my yoga teacher is online, thank God. But are there any like easy tips to do at home?
Yeah, like, so obviously there's so much stuff you can see on the internet and stuff, like workouts and stuff. But I would do fun stuff, like sometimes people see me running up and down my stairs, you know, skipping, if you've got a skipping rope, or if what's another thing I enjoyed doing? Dancing. Dancing. Dancing, you know, you can work up a sweat with that. So that's also something.
Yeah, and I think that was another question actually of how do you actually motivate yourself, especially these days where you sometimes, like, everyone had it. And I mean, you probably had it through your career as well, you know, like, but now it's a whole different mental game out there.
You know, I now know that me working out is my mental break. It is my time for me, just to my little space. Yeah, for mental health, just clear your mind, you know, a little break, and it's just like, it makes me feel good. That's how I like to start my day. I like to work out early, you know, rather than later in the day. That's how I like to start my day.
Yeah. And then it's done, and then you have a whole different rhythm in the
day. And I think what I like.
To do that and get like up early, but then all of a sudden they're still there. Now I have to get up earlier. They kind of figured out my rhythm now. So, but yeah, it's best before the house wakes up. That's probably the best advice I would give. Because then it's done, you know.
Exactly.
I think we had some other, like, there wasn't. Well, I guess priorities we had, you know, babies first now, and it's going to be for all right. Is there any other career stuff you kind of looking forward to, or something, or you can't talk about it?
No, nothing in the pipeline is it. Obviously I just finished filming the MTV Bumps show, but you know what if people who've been following will know that, you know, you never know what's around the corner with me, you know. I'll be doing some I like to keep excited.
Me too. And then what do you do for the extra little motivation, inspiration? Who do you turn to when you're like, well, at the moment I guess it's the Matthew. Tell me.
Matthew, and then obviously I have a few friends who have just had who have had babies around the same time as me, and like we encourage each other. One of them, you know, we have competitions on our watch, you know, working out, you know, how are you getting on, you know, it's like things like that. It's healthy competition, you know.
Yeah, and it kind of gets you going, right? What was your happiest moment during your career?
The happiest, I think it was when I became double European indoor champion.
Yeah.
Because it was basically,
Where was it?
Gothenburg.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So imagine I'm a 400-meter hurdler, but I went and done an event that wasn't for, you know, it wasn't in my event, and I came home with 2 gold medals. I was like, and I ran a very fast time. That 2013, it was a great year, but it just ended rocky, but started off really well.
Well, it's funny because, like, I mean, it's probably a stupid question, but because you're so fast and you're in it, do you actually notice right away that no one's behind you? Where is everyone? Am I winning? No, because it's so focused.
No. Basically, Sabine,
I mean, you know
sometimes
so
there
much
are.
before, but
There are screens.
yeah,
There are screens, and you can look and see. Like this is when you're indoors. Indoors,
yeah,
there's a screen, and you
yeah,
can see. But I have a thing where I can feel if someone is too close to me.
yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm using. I have a power.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and then one of my friends, she played basketball with me, and she has a really friend children very differently to other, but what we could learn from you how to raise them differently.
What was that, Sabine? Sorry.
Sorry, how you would. So she noticed that her friend, who used to be an ex, playing for Germany basketball, and he raises his children and his sons very different to, other, groups and people around her. And she's like, what do you think? What you would teach them differently?
Well, the thing is, I want Matthew to be exposed to a range of stuff. He's not going to have no limits. Already, we had him in the swimming pool from early. It's just like, I'm not a strong swimmer, honestly.
Yeah.
So I don't want him to not be a strong swimmer, you know? So it's like giving him opportunities and making him do activities that, I may have not done, but he's going to discover what he enjoys.
Yeah. I mean, even my mom, right? I wanted to skip school to be a jeweler. And at that time, it's like, it's a crafts person. And my mom was always like, no, if that's the thing you want to do. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's the best. It doesn't matter what they find, is encourage this one.
Exactly.
Yeah. What do you miss from the competitions and being such a focused, trained athlete? And
honestly, I miss the competition more than the training. I wouldn't miss the training. The training is very hard. The training is very hard, but the competition, I just love performing in front of people, and that was my time to perform in front of a crowd when it came to competition.
Yeah. So we can't do the rally then with you. It's like, sure. Yeah. It's like, no, it's not a competition. It's a rally. What else? There was another one. Now I can't find it. There was a good one. There was one where I'm like, is there anything exciting happening this year? Or are you coming back to London, I guess? And then any highlights? It's so hard to plan these days, no?
It's very hard to plan. It's very hard to plan things.
I need to plan next week. Depends what Boris wants to do again. So when are you coming back to London?
Not sure yet.
Not
sure.
Okay, still open. Is there any piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
Oh gosh. Advice to my younger self would be
age 16 or 11?
Oh gosh. Well, at age 11, I would have said it like, be happy with the skin that you're in. Like, I used to be so embarrassed of how I looked, like my skinny legs and stuff. Like, I was like, I don't want this body, But as I got older, until I got, the reassurance from other people, that's when I was like, oh, no, I like the way I look. But yeah, I wish I was a bit more confident with the skin that I was in when I was younger.
Yeah, and probably the keep going, it will pay off, right? What you sometimes need to hear when you're self-doubting or you have a not good week, and yeah, okay.
Exactly.
And then I think it's always funny, and I had a few funny questions along the last couple of lives, but what was your actually first paid job, or was it then in athletics?
No, actually, I had a job out of doing what do you call it? Work experience, and basically I became the receptionist. So yeah, I was doing like
because
filing and
it
stuff.
was so funny. Like the last Friday, she had it, and she was like, she was a receptionist, but at the Playboy magazine. I was like, that's like the best first page. I was like, you can write probably a book about this, you know. Okay, so I think I do the kind of like quick fun questions, which are a bit selfish and Atelier Romy. And then after that, then if everyone has questions, then they just should shoot it down there, and then I read it out. What's the first thing you do in the morning?
Honestly, the honest answer,
Yeah.
probably check my phone.
No. Okay,
Yeah.
and then the unhonest answer.
No, I'll brush my teeth.
Check on Matthew.
Brush my teeth.
What's your coffee or tea order?
Oh, I love a chai tea latte with oat milk.
Oh,
That's
nice.
yeah.
Emails or Zoom?
Emails.
Yeah, I'm kind of a bit over Zoom at the moment now. It's done. I want to see people again. Who inspires you?
My mum.
No.
My mother.
It's London, no?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you miss most? Lockdown.
I think it's going to the restaurants. You know, socializing, just like going to a restaurant.
That's what we're gonna do when you're back.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I think I'm not cooking 3 meals a day or 4 or whatever.
I'm always in the kitchen, to be
What's
always.
for dinner? What's for lunch? I'm like,
Always
open the
washing
fridge door. Open the fridge door. What people don't know about you?
My full name is Piesha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's that from? And does it mean anything?
My mum heard it on another child and was like, yeah,
That's
Michael
it?
can have that name. Yeah.
So how do you spell that?
Pierresha.
Oh wow, nice, very nice.
Thank you.
Favorite happy place or where you can keep sane?
Oh, gosh. Probably my wardrobe. Yep, my walk-in wardrobe. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Good doors, hopefully. Get out. Silver or gold? Well,
Gold.
Sorry. Silver, nobody will remember, right?
Gold.
Most memorable jewelry moment?
Ooh. When I was younger, I used to make friendship bracelets.
Oh,
Yeah, with the thread, like cotton stuff.
Yeah, I did that too. And then I sold them, I think, even for like 10p or something.
Yes.
Yeah. And which is your favorite Atelier Romy piece? Yes. Yeah. With the initials. Yes. Yeah. The average.
Love it. My personalized this necklace is so beautiful. With Matthew's like initials on it. Thank you, Sabine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. No, great. So then I'm just gonna check if there have more questions. Let me just browse. Everyone's asking, how's your baby? That's the thing what I noticed. You have like, you're pregnant. Everyone's like, how are you? How are you? Then you have a baby. They're like, where's the baby? And I'm like, I'm invisible.
I'm here. He's fine. He's fine. He's fast asleep.
Is he sleeping well?
No.
No.
He's up like 3 times in the night.
It's so hard.
I'm working on it.
Still. I'm like, grow out of it. Yeah, it's hard because I think the sleep deprivation is tough.
Yeah.
So they love the dancing idea. That's good. So that's going to be the fitness part now. And lots of I love you. Okay. And then I think I was just, what do you miss from the competition days? Was there something where you were like, I know you said like you try to miss out on things because you wanted to just focus and concentrate, but the training obviously not just the competitive part and like being in group. Well, you trained alone now, so then is it the training with the trainer?
Like I would train with there was other athletes I would train with, but they may be training for another country or different distance. But the one thing I think I'll miss is the traveling, going to countries that maybe I never knew about, but because of the athletics competition, it's like, okay, I'm going there, and it's been a crazy experience because I've been to China, been to
tell us about it,
South Korea.
Tell us about it, which was a funny or new experience, because I guess you were very young as well when you
exactly. So the first time World Juniors, I went to Hong Kong and Beijing.
Oh, Beijing is so amazing, no?
Yeah, and I was like, it was a crazy experience. Even going to the market, you know, and they're trying to like get you to buy stuff, and like it's just so crazy. It's like you can't explain the experience to people. You have to go there. But at my young self, me and my friend went exploring, couldn't speak the language, but that whole bartering stuff in the market was like crazy. Yeah, and I'm like, wow, I went all the way to China. Like, I've been to South Korea.
Did you used to get a lot of off time, or
not really?
Go to places where you don't actually saw anything and just the airport and then
yeah, sometimes it will be the case of you just go to this country, you just see the hotel, you see the track, and you go home.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, though.
Yeah, I think one time I visited one place and I found out that Venice wasn't too far, so I got on the train and found myself to Venice, and I was like, obviously I had all luggage with me and I had to leave it somewhere. That's the annoying thing about it, but I mean, it was a great place and I'd love to go back.
Yeah. And any other places you were like, this is really memorable and it was really nice to see different cultures or places? Or
like South Korea, I got to dress up in like the attire and stuff, so that was nice. I've been Japan.
Oh, I always wanted to go.
I love Asia. I really love Asia.
Yeah.
Because the culture is just like some countries.
And the food.
Yeah, and it's like, because I don't like it when you go to a country like, you could be anywhere. You know, like some places, they may have a beach, but you could be anywhere. I like the culture and I try and embrace it.
So how was Japan? Because that's on my top of the list for like places to go to.
It was just so cool. It was just like funky, creative. There was just like the shops, the food, colourful. Yeah, it was.
So did you go to Tokyo?
And there was so much more. There was so much more that I wanted to see. I didn't see it all because obviously competing.
Yeah. So if you went to Tokyo, where did you go?
Yeah, Tokyo. And you know, that's where it was Tokyo. So obviously there's an Olympic Games happening this year, but then there's no spectators.
Yeah, that probably gives you the buzz as well. No? But I mean, I guess makes you nervous, but gives you the buzz as well, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I always wanted to go to Japan, so hopefully, maybe, I don't know, maybe next year or the year after. God knows. And then what is about the industry? Where they're like, you think there are lots of biggest challenges, or what you would change in the industry?
Recently I've been seeing a lot about inequality, you know, for women in sport. And I know for that, it's like the exposure that we get, like in terms of like TV and stuff coverage, you don't get that, you know, as much as the guys. And I think it's times it needs to change now, you know, because how else are we supposed to inspire the young generation coming up? They need to be seeing these athletes in motion, you know, in action. So I think the inequality of the female exposure needs to kind of flip.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because I guess the only big sport is like tennis, no, where there's slowly women, but it's still not.
There's so many sports.
But I think that's kind of what I think, as well as like a mom of girls, again, like to do more and more with women and showcase, like, you know, inspiring people like you, because I want them to see and be exposed to all these women.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and to, you know, people who do something and, you know, inspiring. So that's why I thank you taking the time today.
No problem.
Yeah, so I don't know even know when you're back, but let's go for Lindsay just says, well, you remember Lindsay now? Yeah, she said that needs to change in schools too, the inequality. I think everywhere, You know, like even in my field in jewelry, it's always like, oh, cute, you do jewelry, what a nice hobby. And I'm like, it's like just because you're a girl, right? Yeah. I think it's in every industry. Yeah, boys play football and netball, the same. So let's be our voices, and hopefully we make a little bit of a difference out there. So thank you for coming, and pin me when you're back.
No problem.
Like a nice lunch in a restaurant. I'm not gonna cook. Definitely not gonna happen. Let's go out. Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Sabine.
Of course. Thank you so much, and much love. And keep the boys safe.
Bye,
okay.
love. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.